What did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it something nice? Can you imagine eating cold maize porridge? Cold maize porridge made with dirty water. No flavourings, no sugar, no sweeteners. And it's the same today for breakfast, lunch and tea. And it's the same tomorrow. Can you really imagine eating this day after day? Can you think about what nutritional value that has got? There's thousands of people across the world who eat that every day. Maize porridge made with cold, dirty water, no flavourings, every day. Can you really want to do that yourselves? And if you don't want to do that, why should others do that? Is there something we can do to help them? Now think about how much nutrition this has got. The nutrition of the egg. Each egg has got 14 essential vitamins and minerals, 6 grams of protein. It's the highest quality protein that money can buy. But of course it is, because its original purpose is everything you need for life. And the World Health Organization tells us that 100% match, that an egg has 100% match of the protein that it needs from a human need point of view. It's the perfect protein. So what has this picture got to do with this egg? Well, this is River. River is called, he's got that name because his mum threw him in a river to die when he was 1 or 2 days old. But this is a story of hope. And we'll meet River's new parents later. In this image, River looks really fortunate because he's receiving a vaccination. But if he has only been eating that cold, dirty maize porridge, he hasn't got enough nutrition to support that vaccination and for the vaccination to work properly. And if he's unlucky enough to have got HIV, even if he's got access to modern antiretrovirals, how will his body have enough protein? How will his body cope and make those antiretroviral drugs work properly? This is a picture of one of the thousands of townships across Africa. Because we know that most people globally who don't eat eggs because they haven't got access to them, we wanted to educate ourselves and think about how we could help. So we went down into these townships. This one happens to be in southern Africa. And we went from hut to hut, home to home, talking to the different families about how they lived and what their challenges were. And in there, we met Edith. Now, Edith's just like many of you. She's a mum. She's looking after her kids. They're really important to her. It's her family. Most of the time where this picture was taken, it's really hot. So has anybody got an idea what Edith's most important possession would be? What's her most important possession in her house? The fridge. It wasn't the fridge. It was what was on the fridge. What was on the fridge was school certificates. School certificate talks to me about hope. It's about hope for the future, hope that her children have a better life than she has had. And so we were able to talk to her about the power of protein in the egg, how it could help brain development in infants, how it could help concentration levels at school. So this was a great experience for us, but when we're on the plane flying back home to our much cosier lives in the UK, thinking, so we've helped a small amount of people on one day, in one place. But how can we help a large number of people consistently over a period of time? So now I want to introduce you to some friends of mine, Ian and Janine. Ian and Janine are the only people that I know who've got 200 kids. They're fantastic. Ian and Janine are successful in many, many ways. They started out by building North America's largest PR and marketing agency. Really successful. And then came 9/11. And they survived. What that did is they thought there was no time to lose. That changed their outlook on life, and they knew that they had to spend the rest of their lives helping other people. They didn't sell their business, they didn't get any money for it. They closed the doors, they shut it, and when we met them, they'd moved to Swaziland, and they'd bought a farm. They originally intended that this was going to be an orphanage, but soon, to show their commitment, they adopted all of these kids. This is their family. They have now created an entire family village. They've built schools, hospital, and a farm. But the one important thing they had not got is they hadn't got any high quality protein. Now, you go back to River, and he's one of their children now. But River, like a third of Ian and Janine's kids, and many kids across Africa, River has got HIV. They do have access to modern antiretroviral drugs, but without high quality nutrition, those antiretroviral drugs do not work properly. And this egg, which is just another product on our crowded supermarket shelves, is a difference to River between a future or not. We knew some friends in Canada, egg farmers of Canada, who wanted to help. They built them an egg farm on their family village. But not only did they build it big enough to feed all of Ian and Janine's kids and all of the people who work in that area, they built it big enough to feed 10% of the people of Swaziland. And now they distribute eggs, hard-cut eggs, every day to all of the rural kids across the whole country. And through this, we developed International Egg Foundation. So we've moved from helping some people on one day in Southern Africa to now helping lots of people over a real long term, but only in one country. So how could we take this knowledge, this energy, and help and share with more people? And so this is where we came up with the idea of egg schools. Egg schools, this is the first one we're supporting in Mozambique. But we've now got them in Zimbabwe, in Swaziland, there's going to be one in Zambia, and we've also just done a deal with a technology company to do a travelling global egg school across 6 continents. But what's fantastic about this egg school is not only do the students get practical training and classroom training, at the end, when they finish, they don't leave with a student debt. They get a cash lump sum. They get half the profit they've made on the farm during the 2 years. And more than that, they even get a franchise contract, if they want it, to set up their own egg business. So these students are set up for success. They've got the training, they've got the money, they've got the business opportunity. The foundation is a success. And the hero of this story? The hero of this story is the egg. It is the egg which is allowing River to get really good use out of his vaccination, and for all of those vaccinations to have a real purpose. It's the egg which is helping Ian and Janine and all of their kids live a normal daily life, even in the face of HIV, and it makes all of those antiretroviral drugs work properly. And it's the egg which is helping change the lives across huge parts of Africa through the egg schools, teaching people how to produce their own high-quality protein. And so that, ladies and gentlemen, is how hope arrived in the shape of an egg.